Jaguar country, because we're the Jaguars here in HSA Toledo. We start every morning of school with a declaration of school pride. And I know that we have many schools represented here, and you all have mascots, right? Yeah, okay. So on the count of three, I want to hear you proclaim loudly, go, whatever your mascot is, okay? Mine is the Jaguars, and you better try to be as loud as me, and I'm pretty loud. So, let's wake everybody up with a 1, 2, 3. Go Jaguars! Awesome. Okay. Today, we are also, today's kind of a homecoming, as Mr. Flaherty mentioned, for spoken word. I had to go touch base with one of my team members who has a better memory than I do to see when exactly it was that this event started back in Toledo in 2009 by one of our English teachers who is no longer on staff, but worth mentioning, Mr. Corey Meinhardt. And he had this, idea to start an event within our school. And as as news travels through a network, we had some other schools that were interested in, hey, can we join in? Can we join in? And it grew from there. So here we are, 16 years later. And this event, and this event is still going strong. And that is due in large part to the support that we have in our network, such as, and we have in attendance today, our awesome Vice President of Concept Schools, Mr. Ali Uzlu. Thank you, sir, for your support. We have our Chief Academic Officer, Mr. Michael Karan, again a former principal, here to support us. And of course, Mr. Flaherty and Mrs. Syorka, Rachel Syorka, if she's in the stands. Thank you so much. One last thing to our audience members. Coming up here on stage is obviously a very hard thing to do. It takes a lot of bravery in telling our stories so publicly up here today. So let's, here in Jaguar country, we all live by 4 very simple core values that, once again, we proclaim loudly every morning to start our day. Jaguars roar. And ROAR stands for responsible behavior, outstanding attitude, achieve greatness, and respect everyone. And so I kindly ask of all of our audience members today to let's try to live up to those values as we give our contestants that outstanding attitude and respect that they so richly deserve in coming up and sharing their stories. Thank you so much for coming to Toledo. This is going to be a wonderful day. That's what happens when I don't follow a script. So now I'd like to, again, announce another former English teacher, Toledo native and fellow Jaguar, who's going to be serving as MC today for our event, and that is Mr. Nicholas McClellan, who is the External Affairs Coordinator for both schools here in Toledo.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this year's spoken word competition, Voices of Strength and Stories of Survival. We gather here today not as strangers, but as witnesses to the incredible resilience that defines us all. Each of us has a story. Every person in this room carries a narrative of survival, stories written not just in the pages of time, but in the spaces between our breaths, in the moments of stillness, and in the storms we've weathered. We are all survivors, and the very fact that you are here, breathing, sitting, is evidence of that. But survival is not just merely existing. It is the power of our character, the depth of our spirit that enables us not just to survive, but to tell the tale. Today we will hear those stories, the stories of pain and perseverance, of triumphs and losses, of voices raised to the heavens and hearts cracked open, only to heal stronger. The students you will hear from today, they are the brave ones, the ones who have faced the challenges of life head on and who have turned their struggles into strength. This competition is more than just a contest of words. It is a celebration of how we speak our truth, how we use our voices to uplift one another, to break down barriers, and to light up the dark places in our world. But before we begin, there's just one small rule for the audience here today, an invitation, really. As you listen to these powerful voices, if you find yourself inspired, moved, or connected to a speaker's words, you are encouraged to snap your fingers. Very good, very good. A snap is a silent applause, a quiet acknowledgement that you are with them. You feel their power. You feel their truth. So let us not just listen, but feel. Let us honor the strength in each voice, the survival in each story, with the simple sound of our snaps, our connection, our presence. And without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce our first group of performers today in the category of individual freeform for grades 6th through 8th grade.
That's Nicholas, just so you know. I'm sorry, we didn't move it ahead. Anyway, so all of you are ready, all of you are in order. One thing I'd like to say is when you come up, make sure your number is showing. Make sure you say your name so they can hear, the judges can hear you, and your number, because we want to make sure the number makes it to your score. Okay? Awesome. So here we go, and that's kind of the agenda for the day for everyone. I had a couple of requests about a prayer room. So those of you who are observing prayer, it's room 12, and we'll take you there when you need to go and pray, okay, etc. Also, lunch will be served downstairs in meeting room 1. There's a sign. Everything will be down there, so we'll guide you down there as well, okay? So, who is our first competitor? What's your name? Come on up.
My name is Carolyn Perez. I'm number 1. I'm representing IMSA West with my poem called Ode to My Father. You told me I couldn't do it, but I did it anyways, because I have a respect for myself that you never did. And I believed I could once you told me that I wasn't smart enough. I was tired of being your second choice once I realized I could never compete with her, the person whom came from the same womb. And I wasn't just going to sit here waiting for someone who clearly didn't care. I try to hate you, but you have me addicted like some drug that I cannot live without. You expect me to just sit here and be okay with it, but how can I be okay with it when it's killing me on the inside? Your toxic traits burn my skin like third-degree burns, and those scars still remain like a permanent memory that I want to forget. You tell me all this crap thinking that I'll forgive you, and I may forgive you on the outside, but never on the inside, because I respect myself in a way that you never did.
I'm number 2, and my name is Asli Yahya. I'm representing Horizon Science Academy, Twin Cities in Minnesota, and my poem's called All the Pain You've Caused. Don't you know all the pain you've caused? So instead of hurting, you should be healing. You say from river to sea, Palestine will be free. But do you really mean it? Why don't you just admit it? You don't care about anything. All you care about is killing the innocent. Then you say it was all just a game. All you want is all that fame. Don't you know that you need to be tamed? Oh, all the lies I just cannot take. You say you'll make a change. Don't you know it's not that hard to arrange? All I need to say is one thing, yet all you care about is how people praise you like a king. Wars are not over, and you need someone to look closer because you're not who you say you are, and you think that's fair? I swear I would not do anything you say is right for me because you're a liar and nothing above. Don't you know all that I've dreamt of? for wars to be done and violence to be undone, and for all the people to be free. All I wish is that you guys take the right side and let justice thrive. Thank you.
My name is Angel, and I'm number 4, and I represent IMSA West. And my poem name is My Father's Home. My father wasn't born in a hospital like other babies. He was born in a small straw house along with his 15 siblings. He was always in nature, always working in mountains along with his father and his siblings to keep food on the table. Visiting my past, my father led the way. A vacation turned into a horse show. The houses are crumbling, made from blood, mud, and sticks. Every home is broken. Down the streets I walk down where starving kids were watching me. Seeing kids out of school and working hard jobs meant for men, I climbed the mountain to find my father and his back arching from years of labor, picking coffee beans off of trees, carrying heavy stacks down slopes, and selling them at the end of the day. He does this for his family. He does this for his children. He does this for his wife. He works to keep his family home from crumbling, from becoming just another whole house made from blood, mud, and sticks.
My name is Kofo. I'm number 6. I'm representing IMSA West, and the name of my poem is Cannibal. We humans, we kill our own. We steal from our own. We lie to our own. Us humans are our own predators. Why be scared of your brother? Is it his skin that bothers you or his nose? Is it his lips that make you tremble or his pose? Or do you just hate that others are alive? Do you hate that they're their own people and they thrive? Like Putin invading Ukraine because they don't like it being its own country. Or IDF attacking Palestinians, not the army, but the people. Like Shaban, 19 years old, burnt alive along with his mother, the tent that replaced his home, his youngest brother. People stripped from their homes, their meals, their dignity, down to their clothes. People obliterated by the chaos ensued as an aftermath of bombs. To the president that was overthrown, they say to look beneath the surface, but I mean underground. To prisons in Syria, encompassing people who have solely darkness, dirt, and tears as their surrounds. I look to Sudan, where people are being herded like sheep, to Yemen, where babies feast to death. With this peace, I look to the world. Humans, we are our own enemy.
My name's Abiola. I'm number 8, and I'm representing IMSA West. And the name of my poem is Stand. Did anyone ever tell you to stand for what you believe in, to raise your right hand, to talk out loud, to stand there proud? Well, no one ever told me. 2018, 7 years old, I came to America. 2019, first day at a new school, new problem. They said I was too dark. They called me names, then I didn't stand. I wanted to, but I couldn't. 2023, 6th grade, called the problem, made fun of for being a standing for their real friends, but I still didn't stand. 2024, known for being a pushover. First quarter of 8th grade, people still talked. They called me sensitive, made fun of me, not for my skin, but for my laugh. They said it was too high-pitched or too weird. They whispered and also sneered. They made fun of me for the way I'm dressed, for having too many siblings, for being too quiet, for not going along with everyone else, for finally being myself. What did I do then? I stood. I stood for me. I stood for what I believed in. I stood for what I cared about. I stood for my religion. I stood to show what I should have been doing this whole time. After standing up, everything changed. I got respect. No one bullied me anymore. I got to make friends. I got to be myself. I finally felt at peace. If I had known the power of standing up, I would not have waited this long.
My name is Mohammed Mustafa, and my number is number 9, and I'm representing Minnesota Math and Science Academy. And my poem is called Middle School. My first day of 6th grade, things are not the same. Going to different classes and giving less hallway passes. Things start to get more strict, so it really makes me think, should I treat this like a joke and possibly end up broke, or should I take this real and possibly make $1 million deal? Then came 7th grade. My mind still haven't been made. I'm getting B's and A's. Everything is okay. But as long as it's going like that, I can survive another day. Then came along A's. I'm going to keep my priorities straight. I'm going to get straight A's, make sure to behave, get a 4.0 GPA, but quarter one, 2 B's away. Quarter two, 3 B's away. Quarter three is still not done. Middle school was tough enough. High school is when things really count, so I'm going to remind myself to never slouch. High school is when things start to get much more tougher. And the outside world is going to be much bigger than a school that is charter. But why would I allow myself to have the mindset of quitting right now and leaving school for a job that possibly could pay me for 0 or 5, but when I want to be a soccer player and strive. So I'll make a promise, more specifically a vow, something that my future self will thank me for now.
Hi, my name is Rylan. My number is 10, and I'm from IMSA West. My poem is called Anonymous Threats. Tears run down my face as you scream at me. Going to the room I hibernate in and let every feeling that has come to mind out. My breathing pattern is off because I'm lost in your words. You tell me how nice I am, then try to break my spirit. You hit me, and I laugh because that's just how I feel. Sometimes I feel safe in your arms, and sometimes all I want to do is run away. It may be that I am too emotional, or maybe that you don't care what you say to me. But then again, tears run down my face as I write this poem, thinking about the anonymous threats that you left. I smile because I dare to forget it all and move on with life. But I know at one point, I won't be able to stand. I won't be able to stand all the words that you have pushed at me. I won't be able to stand all the words that you pushed at me. I won't be able to breathe as I grip that rope. But I don't know, or I don't want to go that route because grasping for air is doing nothing for me mentally or physically. So I put it down, but I picked up something realizing that it won't be as deadly. I may bleed, I may scream, tears may even come down my face. But I still remember the anonymous threats that you left trying to leave no trace.
My name is Sundas Godir. I go to Horizon Science Academy, Twin Cities in Minnesota, and the title of my poem is called The Reality Is. The reality of the world we live in isn't talked about enough. Instead of the truth, it's sugar-coated by politicians thinking war is better than peace, lies are better than the truth, whites are better than blacks, and money and power over everything. But really, the reality is Palestine still isn't free, slavery and child labor still exist, innocent people are getting killed for crimes they didn't commit, people still think women aren't capable to be independent or fill important positions, people still think people are still divided by their color, race, and religion. There has only been one black president since 1789. Poverty may never end. People don't find human rights important. There is still gender inequality. And access to healthcare is limited. There are many more world problems that aren't prioritized. It's like we're moving backwards rather than forwards. So evolving where? Change where? Show me, because I don't see it. Thank you.
My name is Luz, and I'm representing IMSA West. This is a poem called Kalani to my niece. To the girl who dreams with heart so pure, I have high hopes for you, of that I'm sure. May your dreams take flight and always soar with love and strength you find your core. Every time you smile, my heart feels light, your joy, your laugh, a shining light. I'll stand by you, thick and thin, guiding her where journeys begin. I'll teach you kindness, respect, and grace to honor others in every place. May your choices be wise, your path be bright, and may you always chase your dream with might. I'll be here cheering loud and clear for the girl who conquers every fear. The world is yours with endless space. Leave your mark to set your pace. So dream, dear girl, never cease, for the heart lies boundless peace. Through every high and every low, know your light will always glow. Keep faith, follow your dream, you're capable more than it seems. The world awaits endless grace, as journeys forward, you'll find your place.
I'm Sophia White. My number is 13, and my poem is called June 28th, 1969. June 28th, 1969, police raided Stonewall Inn. A group of people believed it was wrong. A group of people believed they should be free to express themselves. The Stonewall riots. 6 days of fighting for freedom and justice for all because a group of people stood up. The power created a revolution after almost 200 years of police brutality, all because a group of people stood up. Glass banging on heads, angry for justice. Signs screaming at the top of their lungs, stop illegal search and seizure. All because a group of people stood up. People screaming, signs being thrown in the crowd, police breaking doors with parking meters. 23 people arrested, thousands marched in that 6 days, all because a group of people stood up. Adrenaline pumping through their veins, excitement rushing as they rushed through the streets. This group of people fighting for their lives, for the rest of their lives, to not be discriminated, to not be kicked out of public areas, all because a group of people stood up. It was a protest to be seen. They stood up for what they believed in, all because a group of people stood up. A raid and a rebellion became a civil rights movement. One night changed the game, all because a group of people stood up. They started something bigger than them. They started riots across the country. They fought for freedom. 400 people stood up and changed the course of history, all because a group of people got tired of being arrested and beat. They took a stand. After all this violence, LGBTQ people are still repressed today across the world and are still fighting for what these people believe these brave people started 58 years ago on June 28th, 1969.
So I'm Jada, and I'm number 16. Today I'll be reading Why We Stay Inside. Grown-ups wonder why we stay inside, staring at phone with no desire to glide. Into the world they once roamed free. What have they stopped to think, to truly see? They call it lazy and tied to our words, but they didn't know the burden we carried, the curse. Maybe in their time they could roam free and explore, but we face dangers that we cannot ignore. We worry about assault, the price of what we wear, the words we speak, and the looks we must bear. We fear walking too far away, afraid to stray, wonder if somebody might take us away. At school we carry backpacks built to the fan because we never know if today will end. With a shot fired, lives are torn apart, all because of somebody's broken heart. Government focus on trivial fights, but guns keep claiming lives day and night. Brothers, sisters, fathers, and mothers, children caught in the crossfire, losing each other. So excuse us if we don't want to go out into a world that fills us with doubt. Maybe if they want us to feel safe and free, they should fix the world so that we can be.
My name is Derek Austin, and I'm number 13, representing IMSA West. 18, representing IMSA West. And this poem is called Child of Dawn. Where I come from is the dawn of humanity. We evolved from barbarians to beings with sanity, yet we still remain barbaric. How is that possible? It's tragic. Let's come to the future. Corruption and terrorism engulf the country. Better yet, the majority continent. Now take it back to a time the effects of this corruption started to show. Little boy in America walks home from school. The sensitive boy takes everything seriously. Then came the word terrorist. The word cut deeper than any blade could cut. How can such a small child bear a name like that? All for believing in another God. All because a group that has the same faith did things he would never do. I am a child of dawn. Most don't see tomorrow. I don't suppose it's coming. When it does come, the key to my safety will be knowledge, a key that opens all doors. Doors have been closed to me all my life.
My name is Wesley Gamble. I'm from GSA Middle Filer in St. Louis, and my poem is called The Strongest That Feel the Weakest. The world is an incomplete jigsaw puzzle. As small as we are, there's always a place to fit in. However, things block it, filling in cracks that we believe belong to us. And once it's gone, where do we go? The world is an incomplete jigsaw puzzle, so we aim to fill it, either with our words, our myths, beliefs, or lies, or the truth in religion. And so we can eventually break through, we subject ourselves to everything. We let the pain seep in, but we need to keep on fighting. Every crack and scar open wider, but we need to keep on fighting. We take scum-like shortcuts, but we need to keep on fighting. We attempt to survive, so you're fighting. We attempt to stop the pain, so you are fighting. However, you wallow and stay silent. You attempt self-harm. Keep on fighting. You disconnect yourself from others. Keep on fighting. Death seems more and more welcoming. Keep on fighting. You pretend to be happy. Keep on fighting. And it is a struggle, and most have the optimistic belief that it will pass, the storm will go, and by not burdening others that it will be fine. And no, that is not weakness. It is a false belief, as they're under the idea that what they can do isn't for others to know, that the world doesn't care what happens to them. Either they become dead, quiet, or solemn. Life's a cliff, and they accidentally fall or sometimes even jump down. The strong are hanging, even with their impact being swept under the rug of others. And that pain, it will not stop. The pain will keep hurting. The want will keep dreaming for more. The weak will keep begging for more. The sadness will quietly brew. So we're speaking tales of survival, and not a story, but an idea of awareness, as there still lies the basic idea that ridding themselves from the earth will have no certain impact, and their disappearance will go unnoticed. But that is not the case, as beyond their knowledge, their best friend will mourn, their parents will believe they've failed, and their jobs will carry a silent weight. So for the little boy and the full-grown man or the adolescent teen, keep on fighting. You've already fought so much, so keep on fighting. If pain is not to overcome, keep on fighting. Pushing past your false beliefs will allow you to do what you actually need. So the oppressed, depressed, suicidal, harmed, pained, you are the strongest. You keep holding on to the edge of that cliff, and it may never break with your determination. So push on, as the whole world against you is rooting for you just as much.
My name is Alana. I'm representing IMSA West. My number is 20, and my poem's called Thank You, Maya Angelou. There was once a girl who used her pen for more than just writing. She used it to fight for rights, but not just her own, everyone's. She struggled as we did too. She was hurt, and she didn't want the same for me or you. She spoke of power, equality, and shared her dreams. She used her pen as a voice for those who went unspoken. She said she would rise, and she shall not be moved. She hoped we all would too. She wrote to heal souls and help the world. She is the reason for great successes such as her own. Without her, we wouldn't be here reciting these poems. So I say thank you to Maya Angelou.
Hello everyone, my name is Nerdine. I'm going to be representing Minnesota Math and Science Academy. My poem is titled The Fears of Struggle. People judge me because of my face. They judge me just by my race. It's common to not like certain people, but that doesn't make it okay that they're just mental. We all have struggles to overcome. Some are internal and some are external. We just have to embrace who we are and ignore the people who judge and make faces. I have overcome those struggles with courage and bravery. It's hard to be different, but you have to acknowledge it's just the best part of who you are and the best version of you that you can be. The hardest part of overcoming your fears is knowing your place and heart and having the ability to be courageous and brave. So let us rise, break down the walls of hate. Together, we can be strong.
Hello, my name is Precious. My number is 22, and I'm representing IMSA West. My poem is called This is America. America is the land of the free and the home of the brave. But is it really? Tariffs are getting higher, the cost of living is unsustainable, and the climate change is starting to be irreversible. Having to hide your religion, having to hide your sexuality, all because of the man in office, Trump. America is supposed to be a safe space for immigrants and families, but people have to worry about getting snatched up by ICE. People get harassed every day by the police. How are we supposed to feel safe when people that are supposed to protect us are killing, raping, and lying to innocent people? Did you know that Rosa Parks wasn't the first colored woman to move from her seat? It was actually a woman named Claudette Colvin. I didn't learn that from school either. I learned it from an app named TikTok that has repeatedly been tried to be banned because of the valuable information people get from that app. I also learned that Canada, Mexico, and China are on the verge of having a trade war with the United States of America because of TikTok. This is America, a country that has gone back in time, has a racist as a president. Men began in charge of women's bodies and their choices, children having to worry about being shot in school. This is America, where even though you were born and raised in America, you are not considered American without being white. This is America in the eyes of a black 14-year-old girl.
Hi, my name is Shanaz, and the poem I'll be reading today is Who Am I? I'll be representing Minnesota Math and Science Academy, my number 67. I go to school on the weekdays, but Dixie on the weekends. It sounds easy, but it really isn't. I came home one day with 2 Ds in my grades. My head felt like mush, my eyes sore and itchy. What was I gonna do? I didn't have any idea. My head was screaming, blood flooding my ears. I felt furious, but I also was disappointed. How could I get this done? Why did I get this done? As my mom came home back from work, I was too afraid to stare into those disappointed eyes. The day before, my siblings were annoying me just right. All they were saying was just making my head hurt. Shanaz, did you clean up the floor yet? And I yelled at my oldest sister, which I never did before. I felt scared. My legs starting to feel like cement sticking to the floor. My skin pale. Why did I do that? As she started arguing back, I couldn't handle anymore and just said sorry. I went to bed, brushed my teeth, and just laid there thinking, am I always going to be this dumb? All I ever wanted was honor anyways. I wanted to prove to my family that I could be smart, but that's not even working. How does that work? You heard? All I ever wanted was honor, okay? Because why am I staying up all night doing so much extra credit just to end up being nothing at all? And then after the honor ceremony, I'm at home, crying on the dinner table. I'm just a kid. Who's gonna take a 13-year-old seriously anyways? Like, come on, you people nowadays think we're naive or straight up dumb. I mean, most of us are, but I'm not, okay? I wanna be taken seriously, you heard? People nowadays never take me seriously. You know what? If I can't be the smartest daughter in my family, I'll be the proudest or the nicest. The list could go on, you know? If I can't be anybody, then I'll be an actress or a marine biologist, veterinary assistant, or even a doctor. I'll get better grades. All I need to do is calm down. I love my family, and they love me the most. Heard what I said? Oh, of course you didn't. You don't take me seriously enough to. Why do people do that? They listen to you ramble and then ignore your question and make you feel dumb. Do you not like me enough to listen?
Hi, I'm Kylan Hardemore, and I attend HSA Middle Dayton. My poem is titled Mama Said. One of the first types of survival is what you learn from your mother. Don't open that door for nobody. And as the years went on, you kept that door closed. There are orders, right? But that little voice in the back of your head whispers, go on, open it. You'll see a brand new world. So one day, you did. You saw a whole new world, but instead of it being cool, you saw the world. You were infected by the hatred and the animosity. You saw people like your own being killed, justice left unserved, dirt kicked not only at your feet, but at your face, the world throwing words of disgust and cruelty towards you. Don't open that door. Mama said, don't open that door. Yet my hand reached out, twisted the knob, and everything I just said settled in. The pain and aching, hacking away at your once innocent and once free heart. It feels as if there's no escape, as if a beautiful soul has been tainted. Like they say in Survivor, don't fall. But you are falling thinking, I'm not good enough, thinking I'm too this or I'm too that. You were falling until you saw that little light That tiny sliver that blossomed through your chest like weeds in a pasture. One that gives you hope, determination, resilience, and strength. And suddenly you're standing over that shadow. It may have taken you a long time, but you're doing it. Showing your stuff for who you are, and you are killing it. And now that door, it doesn't cage you anymore. You step through it not in fear, but in fire. Not in silence, but in strength. The world may spit, may sneer, and may try to break you, but you are left unshaken. Because you've seen the storm, and still you rise. Because you felt the weight, and still you soar. Mama said, don't open that door, but now you've built your own.
Hello everyone, my name is Amaya Arnold, and I am one of the students to represent the school Horizon Science Academy, Dayton High. I am a survivor of sexual assault. I am becoming a young woman and sadly have been through some damaging things. Around this time last year, I was essayed by someone I thought I could trust. I wrote this poem to spread awareness, so if you could, please try to keep an open mind. This is a poem I wrote called Becoming. She was all sweet and small. She was just a little girl, but destined to do great things for the world. She loved to play dress up with her doll. She was definitely a mommy's girl. But like a plant, she grew a few feet. Mom called her a young lady. Sadly, she was no longer a baby. I guess that's why the man thought it was okay to do what he did. But she tried to stay strong. She did stay strong. She didn't let that overcome her. No, she just got stronger. Now you can find her chasing her dreams. She deserves it. She works hard to become all they said she couldn't be. So young, but yet so strong. A young woman now, or so it seems. She can't let her true emotions break free. Yes, people may put bad images in her head as if they're dreams, but instead of being let down, she is steady putting down roots, planting herself like a tree. Yes, she may only be 14, but she is still out here trying not to be so carefree. And hey, you never know, if you're patient with her, you will see her grow wise and beautiful, just like a flower.
Hi, I'm Rakia Sidanali, and I'm number 23, and I'm here today representing for Horizon Science Academy, Dayton High School. My poem is called Being a Girl is Hard. Being a girl is hard, dealing with society norms and expectations, how women should behave or look. It's overwhelming really. It's like a constant whisper following me throughout my day. I'm shaking, okay. There's this pressure to be perfect in academics, dealing with your body image and the way you're supposed to be a lady and do ladylike things. As if you're a delicate flower in a glass case. The constant struggle we face, from the clothes we wear to the words we say. Judged for being too loud or too quiet, too strong or too weak. It's a never-ending cycle that stays on repeat. Balancing dreams with reality, career goals, and family roles, expected to nurture yet also to lead. It's like a society gives women the world, but forgets to share the secret in order to survive it. The fear of walking alone at night, clutching keys behind our hands, and holding them tight. A world that's often unsafe, we use protection to fill the void. The media portrayal of beauty and worth, a ridiculous standard if I say so myself, as we fight to love ourselves as we are not the girls they want us to be. It's the invisible chains that bind our wings, always present in every girl's dreams, creating the endless obsession to be a perfect princess or queen, and to have everything. The struggle to have our voices heard in classrooms, households, and boardrooms, breaking through barriers while shattering glass windows, is proof that our strength is second to none. But we must break them free from those golden chains, live vibrant and bold each day, knowing we are enough just as we are, perfect in our own special way. So yeah, being a girl is hard, but it's also a beautiful journey, filled with dreams, strength, and endless possibilities, a story of empowerment and self-discovery.
Hello, I hope y'all doing well. I'm Nevaeh Rogers, number 24 from Indiana Math and Science Academy. My poem is called Mama. Mouth on mute from you when it comes to the things in my youth. It means not much when you've already constantly verbally misused your words, spew your hate towards me. A war began within when I felt you didn't love me. I fight it with a grin, I slay, I win. Is what I'd like to think, but my mind's so young. Couldn't fathom how to feel, all I wanted was to run. But never to my mama, she says it doesn't matter. Your feelings bottled up is the way to keep you happy until it took a turn. Mama, I be so angry, I wanna be like you, but I know I cannot fake it. So now I have to choose between me and you. Mama's such a wicked thought, but I know I cannot lose. This race of survival, this path of endurance. Let God be my wings and I started soaring. But she says the light's too blinding, you need to come down. And then it's the way I click my heels on the ground. So I'd rather stay afloat and your problems I won't drown. Yes, mama, I have learned you, and mama, I still love you. This life I live is mine, and I see I have to show you that I can live and learn all on my own. Cause even when you're gone, your voice is banging like a song in my head from time to time, telling me what's right. And just because you want it, mama, sometimes you were right. And just because you need it, mama, sometimes you were wrong. Our words hold power, yeah, there's magic in our tongue. So I'd rather use my wand as I slay away the darkness. Fighting with the grin, cause my soul never darkens. And every time I win, cause God is where my heart is. Thank you.
Hello, y'all. My name is Eric Miller. I'm number 26, and I'm representing Michigan Math and Science Academy, DeQuinder. And my poem name is 365 Days a Year. Looking back into the past, wishing we would have took things more seriously, so we wouldn't have to work a crappy 9-to-5 job and worry about how we're going to pay this month's rent. Just do it for our basic necessities we need. Trying to fit in socially into society only to get rejected because of the clothes you wear or how you look. Coming home after your 9-to-5, laying down in a lonely bed in a lonely house, eating a TV dinner on an empty couch. Drifting it in an endless reverie, wondering what bad decision made you end up living this meaningless life, wishing our life was more bold, risky, and adventurous. Thinking maybe if you would have taken your education more seriously, you would have fulfilled your life goals. Waking up every day feeling the same guilt, thinking every day is going to be better, but it never gets better. Losing your purpose in life, wishing you had more than one life, but you don't. Realizing this is your first and last time living and you can't fix all the mistakes you've made. Living with that unbearable burden slowly eating you alive. Working 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet. Craving a significant other to share your lonely days with or family or friends you can depend on. Then maybe you will feel like your life is meaningful. Morning to night, alone 365 days a year, thoughts consuming you. Thinking if you would disappear, nobody would notice. Yearning for acceptance but never gets accepted into society. Always worrying about people, but never the worried. Hysterically overthinking all the time. Seeing people accomplish my dream, but I never accomplish anything. Free from the world, but not free of consequence. I'm the one who controls my destiny, or as I should say, my 365 days a year.
My name is Ariana Beavers, and I'm representing Horizon Science Academy Day and High. My poem is Underneath the Dark. Some people say everything's rainbows, but no one ever says what dark clouds might come true. So I want my story to be told. I want my story to be told underneath it all. Through the dark tunnels and untold hurt, I want my story to be told. All the crying at night and whispers in my head to just do what they said. I want my story to be told. Through the hiding the pain and making it all go away, I want my story to be told. To be the bigger person and to have to figure it out all on my own, I want my story to be told. Through the struggles and pain, I want my story to be told. Through getting controlled and being told I couldn't wear this and that, I want my story to be told. Through the abuse and crying in my room, all alone, I want my story to be told. Through the depression and healing, I want my story to be told. Through having to urgently call my mom from work and seeing the house surrounded, I want my story to be told. Through the running and hiding to get away from him, I want my story to be told. Hotel after hotel to getting on a plane to come on home, I want my story to be told. Although I'm young and still trying to figure it all out, I want my story to be told. I am a survivor and a healer.
Hi, my name is Fatima Awil. I am number 28. I'm from Horizon Science Academy, Columbus High School, and my poem is called Somalia Hanolata, which means Long Live Somalia. I stand before you with blood running through my veins, blood that carries 1,000 stories whose composers I could not name. These tales began long ago when we roamed the African Horn, every mountain and valley our home, when the stars lulled us to sleep and the roots we had in blood were complex and treasured like the roots we slept above. Back when we were people who knew each other, children freely roaming the streets, knowing every neighbor from now to 10 generations ago. A sweet dream it was until the great winds of change began to blow our way, stirring wreck and chaos in its wake. With the wind came agents, the great agents of colonization. Fearing the might of Africa's lion hearts, they came with a plan to break us apart. Wealth, opportunity, prosperity, they chanted. Let us in and it will all be yours. But it was a lie. With their false promises, they turned us against each other, weakened our war, had us identifying with individual tribes rather than with our whole. Till we became a mere fragment of what we were before, like a young cub without its pack, weak and open for the taking. They came and they took, dividing and staking claims to our land as if it was ever theirs. Instead, what we got in return were broken homes and shattered spirits, a war that not only took our lives, but also the gift of growing up with our own soil. Our people fell, our country bled. A once thriving Somalia was now to be fled. Now, here we stand in foreign land, building new homes on earth whose memories we do not hold, in lands whose languages we do not speak, whose earth does not know us, whose people do not know us, whose people stare at us, mock us, belittle us, as if they are not the reason we are gone from home. And to cope, in our homes we hang our flag, blue and white like the ocean and night skies of home, a lone shining star of light against a deep sea of blue. What used to represent our unity and prosperity now represents how we stand alone and need to start anew. In our homes, we stare at our flags, reminiscing, trying to imagine what it would have been like to grow up somewhere where we are known, where we are understood, and where we belong. But we must move forward, so slowly, step by step. We adjusted, adapted to this new world, learned the language, learned the people, became less of a stranger day by day, began to call this place our new home. We survived, and although we are far and have built new lives, we still carry Somalia in spirit, in culture, in tradition, and as long as we remember, Somalia will be remembered. Until one day we journey back to the African Horn, and under the scorching sun with our feet in the sand, we can look to the horizon, look to the ocean, the mountains, the deserts, the camels, the gold, the people, the culture, all whispering welcomes to us travelers who finally returned home. Then, as we stand upon the land that our ancestors bled, we'll pick up the pieces and finish the tale, building a mural, mosaic of how far we've come, our struggles, our triumphs, all in one. Painting a picture beyond compare, our spirits shining, raw and bare, singing, chanting, Somalia Hanolato. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Madison, and I'm number 30. I'm from Horizon Science Academy, Toledo. And my poem is called Not My Responsibility. Okay. Y'all like this little outfit I got on, right? It's cute. Do my shoulders provoke you? Does my collarbone distract you? Does her demeanor tell you she's asking for it? Is she trying to give you a hint? A 13-year-old girl being told to cover herself up so a 50-year-old man will look down her shirt. She is more than just a pair of legs. She flaunts her femininity, she's a slut. She covers herself up, she's a prude and deemed unattractive. The validation from a man that she seeks but is given in all the wrong ways, simply viewed as nothing more than an object he uses for his own pleasure. That girl is more than just a pair of legs. Upon walking into the school, she yells, "Boy, keep your hands to yourself." But her outfit is deemed inappropriate, and boys will be boys. He turns to her, and the words he utters out of his mouth, "You look so mature for your age." A 14-year-old girl being sized by a grown man because she's mature for her age. That girl is more than just a pair of legs. Why are her Hello Kitty pajamas provoking? Why is her My Little Pony t-shirt distracting? Why do you feel a girl wearing shorts is a sign for you to tell her to cover up? Why are you looking at her like that in the first place? Why is the first question asked, what was she wearing? A 15-year-old girl robbed of her innocence and forced to be a mother because her top hung too low. Because she's asking for it, right? Because she was tempting you. Because she was provoking you, right? Because this is what she asked for. That girl is more than just a pair of legs. We are not something they can claim. We are not something they can own. We are not something they can use. We are not objects. All of these statements, and yet there's no change, so it really makes me question, am I more than just a pair of legs?
Hi. My name is Aleda Salazar Johnson. I'm number 32, and I represent HSA Southwest Chicago. I think of myself as a lean, mean killing machine. My spirit animal is a Bengal tiger, and my ego is longer than any mile. I stand tall with wit, and I never cry. A natural-born leader is what I strive. I laugh with sincerity and smile with honor, knowing all that I do is improper. I'm an unpretentious man's greatest fear and an insecure person's nightmare. But this wasn't made to brag or to jog at the fact that I'm so swag, but to point out that I can't be happy with who I am without people hating that I'm glad to be improperly me. That I'm comfortable to stand and speak about who I am freely. So many people are on my back because I like to be loud, and I like childish things like dressing up to trick-or-treat or buying slime because I think it's neat. Everyone is so quick to judge without taking a look at themselves and realizing that judging me doesn't make them better in any way, shape, or form. Constantly being put down for being annoying, when in reality, I'm the only one who's enjoying the real pleasures in life. What I'm trying to get at is that I can't help being who I am. I don't want to be anyone else or pretend that I want to follow every fleeting trend. Rather than being deemed as outspoken or brave, it's always annoying. And man, does that word get boring really fast, because what exactly is annoying about a teenage girl being herself? I just want to be me. Is that so hard? I swear I'm a loving person, full of charm. But nonetheless, I will forever be unapologetically me and be the same lean, mean killing machine for eternity.
Hi, my name is Malachi Lewis. I'm number 34. My poem is named Hidden Language, but I'm representing MMSA DeQuinder in Michigan. Mic check, I'm here. Will I be heard? It's our hidden code, a language born from the hate of others, rooted in pride and pain from us. Clock that T. Yes, I said it. It's our words, our phrases, and all of our sass, but now it's everywhere. Our slang on display, used as a trophy for all to see. The meaning's lost by people who really don't know what they're truly saying, just because of the trend and the fact that it's catchy. Clock that T is no longer, I got lost. Clock that T is no longer a phrase used by one community, but now by all. A quite sassy phrase used by those who don't align with the struggle, the history, and the culture we hold dear. Our language, our identity, reduced to a simple phrase. Language made to find comfort within each other, to celebrate ourselves in a world that often shames, but now it's used by all, without a thought nor care. Our words, our phrases, our culture, reduced to nothing. In a world that often seeks to erase and to deny, our existence, our culture, our language, let's never say die.
Hey y'all. Ooh, this is scary.
I'm Kaylee, and I'm number 35, and I'm representing Horizon Science Academy Dayton High School. My poem is called Night. At night, you feel everything. You feel every emotion you kept in all day, good or bad. Either way, you still feel it. And sometimes you don't know what to do with those emotions. At night, everyone is sleeping except you, because your mind won't shut up. Your mind won't be quiet. It's either excited about the next day or dreading it. You walk outside, wishing the thoughts would quit it. The night sky is pretty, the stars sparkle more. You can get lost in the stars, just stare at them and not think of nothing anymore. You wonder why breathing feels like such a chore. Your heart is aching while your mind is racing. You just stare into the darkness while you feel your heart breaking. While you're the type of person that loves too hard, but at the same time, you just keep up your guard. Your thoughts are running with the stars. You just lie there, one with the world, but all your mind do is swirl. You get up to go inside, praying your thoughts be brushed aside. You lie in bed, wishing you were dead, because the thoughts won't leave your head. When you breathe, your chest feels so tight, but this is the end, so good night.
Hi, my name is Audrey. I'm number 37, and I'm representing Horizon Science Academy of Toledo. And my poem is called Silent Echoes, A Personal Validation. Dark, I was chased by shadows, voices, hand in hand, pushed to the ground, words stolen, not even a sound can escape my lips before his hand had his grip lost in silence. My no being drowned, I fall, I stutter, I can't even utter a word. Your hand over my mouth and the other hand creeps in places. I swear, don't touch me there, please. Still having to plead, your hands felt like the nails of a chalkboard. Your lips poison, killing me slowly. No, stop, no, I swear, I said don't touch me there. Please, I beg, but I still won't go down without a fight. For I know I will be brave. I will show you that I'm more than my skin, more than my body, not just a thing as tears crowd my face. I plead, I am not yours to touch as you please. Trust me, he says, with a sinister grin on his face. Trust me, he wants me as his puppet that he can have to his own, thinking he has the control, making me feel weak, feeling lost. I yell, you crave what is not yours, but I know I am worth more than my skin, my body. Get your lips off of mine. I am not an object for you to manipulate with fright. I refuse to be what you fantasize. I am more than echoes in the night, more than whispers, more than fright. I am more than my body. I will show you so you will know you cannot touch what you do not own. Do you hear me now? Am I loud? My no will not be drowned. I have learned how to swim. I will yell. I am loud. Do you hear me now? No.
Hello, my name is Moriam Lawal. I'm representing Chicago Math and Science Academy, and I'm number 36. Sorry about that confusion. So the title of my poem is A Traveler. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, the air reeked of terror, the heavens burned bright red. A barren tree stood forefront the earth, rupturing from the soil, leaving behind a scattered, veiny pattern that knows no end. The wounded, cold bark colored, created from layers of callousness, a sleeve made from apathy, brittle, dry, fruitless. The dry winds sang a requiem of sorrow. On the branch sat a raven. The ebony bird wore a forbidding glance, its eyes scanned around the dry land for a prey, anything with a soul would do. And beneath the scant shade of the green tree of despair lies a puddle of water, for the tree had gathered its tears. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, the tongue is the strongest weapon, for it's a breeder of bitter lies. The heart is its slave, barred to bear the consequences of greed. The hand, a reluctant accomplice, the eyes, a silent witness, the skin, barrier of its sins. This is the story of unyielding greed that started with innocence and led to the forbidden walk to the tree of knowledge, and the dreadful first bite from its fruit. This is the story of hunger, the birth of the serpent, the fall of Icarus. This is the story of apathy that causes us to turn a blind eye to our sins, blinded by the feeling of insufficiency. Greed that blocks out the cries of war, keep them muted. This is the fall of us. I met a traveler from an antique clan. The travelers are you and I. The land is ours. Thank you.
Hello, my name is DeKavion Stratford. I am from HSA Cleveland. My poem name is The Prophecy 2. If the word ever has an apocalypse, seen as 1977, the word is on his last life, you have no idea what to do. Make sure you have everything and ready to go to get through this. Would you survive? Would you live? Zombies will give you fear and death will be questioned. It is only up to you to prevail. None will be spared. You may believe in God or even have kids of your own. Others in your life you have to care for. Decisions need to be made. What will you do? Don't go to prison. Don't ruin your life or make mistakes. The prophecy is you and me. Only you can make it come true or not. Once you find your true self, you'll be able to find home and cut the right corner. Hide so no one sees you. Turn off your phone. Leave it in a safe place so you cannot be traced. Make sure you're quiet getting around and make sure you stay calm. They won't read your intentions. When you let them know who you're an apprentice of, then strike. You think to yourself, was it worth it? Was the prophecy fulfilled? Did you achieve enlightenment? Do you win in the end? Win is not always in the cards, but it is what you make of it. Live your best life and just know the prophecy is within all of us.
Hey y'all, my name is Kaden Ivan. I am number 40, and I'm representing Horizon Science Academy Toledo. And my poem is titled, Mother Dearest. Mother Dearest, you were the one who was supposed to be there for your kid. You are the one who was supposed to be here for him. But instead, you chose to go out and party. And still, you choose to live your life cold-heartedly. Your selfish decisions led to that traumatic night. That kid's brother was in the room. The kid couldn't fight. But now he has forgiven him for what he has done. Because it was you who decided to be the neglectful one. Mother Dearest, you thought it was cool to drink all 245 days. Think about all those issues and defects that child had to face. Sleeping with so many men, you joke and question about that baby's race. Now that kid is going to have to figure out his place. Poor kid who was diagnosed with FAS, you said it was a lie. So you told the story about the one glass of wine. Remember the time that kid's father lied and said you were on vacation? Little did he know that in reality you were incarcerated. For the abuse that he put on his brother, you had to pay the price. In fact, if he knew he'd want you in there for life, wouldn't that be nice? Mother Dearest, all those problems that child had to overcome. Because of your actions, you left him damaged and numb. But now that kid will do fine on his own. Because you're selfish and abusive and you'll end up alone. Mother Dearest, your two other kids put the household under lots of tension. All because they wanted some real motherly attention. Your son pulled a knife on your third child's father because you influenced him with your manipulative behavior. You treated your son or daughter like slaves, your personal mules. All caused by you being selfish, lazy, and cruel. And to distract the poor unfortunate kid. You played all those games with him because God forbid, if he found out about your devilish ways, he would leave you for the next 10 scheduled visitation days. Mother Dearest, all that time the kid wasted screaming at you, saying, Mother, don't you realize all the pain and hell you put me through? All those times he had to walk out of that door. Did it make you realize he couldn't take the abuse anymore? Didn't you realize after you said it, you regret it? Didn't you hear what he was saying to your face, Mother Dearest? Do you realize that child is crying in the other room? And all I can do with his father is sit there and argue. That kind father removed his child from the home at the age of 3, all coming to find out that that child was me. Mother Dearest, if you hear this, I hope you open your eyes and see that you maybe believe your twisted lies. Oh, and one more thing, if you hear this, in my mind, you'll forever be Mother Dearest. Because of all the pain you put on me as your daughter, Mackenzie. Now I have a better son named Caden, better than Mackenzie could ever be. Your abuse turned me into a warrior, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Soon enough, you'll be gone as the rest of my life flashes. Then when you die, I'll say until we meet again, you give me a reminder that I'll be better than you could have ever been. I don't know when, and I don't know how, but I hope you hear me when I say, do you hear me now? Farewell, Mother Dearest.
Hello, I'm number 41, and I'll be representing Horizon Science Academy, Columbus. This poem is called Impress. The flowing tide of the room is suffocating, clashing and booming sounds deafening. As I lift these weights, it gets depressing, so I put the left earbud back and continue to the hard training. Because these weights won't lift any faster, my posture continues to straighten. You think I did it for someone? Who do I have to impress? Impress. The traction of my wheels disappear as I drift around the corner. Momentum throws my body and attaches me to the door, and I'm pressed against the window. The residue of my skin has left a mark on the glass. I'm pressed. My back. I'm pressed against the wall, sat waiting for my name to be called as I swallow a knot in my chest. How am I meant to handle this stress? Who signed me up for this stupid game? Was it for happiness or fame? For them to just remember my name? I realize I haven't gotten enough rest. I can't swallow the knot in my chest, and they have already called my name. I hope afterwards I leave them impressed. Impress. Take my hand for a moment. Let me just take yours and hold it so I can relieve myself from this stress, to feel the gross ache in my heart a moment. So picturesque, a feeling so stupid-esque, a moment so happy-esque. Let me press my hand through your chest. Let me press your heart. Let my fingers leave a mark, and I press, I press, I press. I push my hand, and I'm pressed. Do you feel pressed? Can you feel my hand in your chest? I'm pressed. I fear that I cannot impress. The gross disease that I let fest, so gross-esque, so grotesque. I cannot let myself be less than the best. I must impress. I stand a room with super tension and obligation to make the best impression. A hierarchy made in fast selection, decided by an unconscious election, ranked in order by the most impressive. A rumor that it's only an expression. The most impressive will find their crest. Among the best, it's been decided that we're impressed.
Hi, my name is Leara White. I'm representing HSA Cleveland, and my number is 42. The name of my poem is called My White Lie. If you ask me, why are you so silent all the time? My response will always be, I'm not a people person. That's my straight answer, short and simple. But if I weren't so frantic, I tell you, you belittle me. With your words, your looks, your movements, I tell you all the same thing when asked the same question. You obviously don't know me to see. From where I stand, I can't reach your standards. I don't act the way you do. I don't like the things you do. I'm not as popular as you. But that wouldn't stop me from liking you. Personality is what draws us in, right? I try to change how I act and feel around people to fit in, but doing so I get beat up. Not physically. Your words hurt me enough to leave scars so deep. As you rub your salt all in, making me so weak I don't speak. One interaction left me with scars. I learned not to speak when spoken to, stop hanging around the people that don't want you, can't blame them forever. Now I can sense every energy people give me so I don't feel like a burden, wasted space, annoying. All the things I were made to feel. All the things I don't want to be to people. So I stopped showing, So I stopped showing you me. With that, you can see what you want to see. Be yourself is what they say, right? I get judged from what you see of me on the outside, yet you don't ask me what makes me who I am because of your pride. You make yourself look and feel better than me by assuming the worst in me. You share these things of me to others, but never came to me. You stare, they stare. You laugh, they laugh. My thoughts loop, knitting the same pattern over and over. An endless string of white yarn weaving in and out. Each stroke of metal needles reminding me that I'm a burden until the blanket cloaks me from the rapid fire of endless shouts. If then I knew what I know now. Trying so hard to fit in, but they can't get enough. I wouldn't have made myself so soft and accessible, picked on for being myself. A battle with myself and my conscience is forever ongoing. It's not them, it's you. Always attacking my brain, never knowing what I should do. Facing my truth is never a bliss. Just know my heart had a part of it stepped on beyond all the things you did. Yet, I sit in my blanket, hand knitted, with white yarn as I cloak myself with my white lie in attempts to shield from your eyes.
Hello, my name is Ruqayya Arala, and I'm representing Horizon High School, Columbus, Ohio. And my poem is called Anxiety Stop. As I clench and feel, as I breathe rapidly with an ache nowhere to grieve, alone and sullen with no expression, feeling hopeless and feeling forgotten. One may process this feeling as overbearing and tiring. When released in sound, a shiver runs through my shell. Fight it, dismiss it, avoid it, a cure, an antidepressant, and sleeping. Repress it, my enemy, my lesson. Finish the poem, Ruqayya. Finish the poem, Ruqayya. Finish the poem. Laughing, a source of coping mechanism. Anxiety lingers in the background, always ready to resurface. As my stomach churns, processing from meals from days before, the ache singing, a constant reminder of its presence. Try to do it quick. Finish the poem, Ruqayya. Finish the poem. Let it go as I repeat over and over again. It's not important. Who cares? Embarrassed by the sudden feeling, seeing how much control it has. It's off as one mosquito buzzing, multiplying as I dwell and time passes. A blizzard of words and thoughts, never ending, causing a natural disaster. A soul ready to flee, wanting to escape, a soul wanting to see the other side. This journey is never meant to last, yet it lingers when you turn away from it. It's a whisper or a horn, a battle between your gut and your mind. They're looking at you. The walls have closed in. The air has shifted. Keep reading. Finish your poem. They're looking at you. Finish your poem. From the present and the unknown, it's a constant reminder that we are still learning to grow. A mentor and a guide towards peace and acceptance, not by fleeing, but by embracing. Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second round of 9 through 12 Freeform. Our event will continue with our first participant, if you'd like to approach the stage. Give a big round of applause. Let's get
I'm number 44. My name is Karma, and I'm representing Horizon Science Academy, Cleveland. And my poem is called Deep in Feelings. Okay, the sounds of machines making drinks, the sounds of timers beeping, it's all starting to feel never ending. Everything is sticky or dirty. There's no amount of hand sanitizer that can get you that clean feeling. Everything is running low. There's no tops, no cups, no straws. The windows are frosted, your hands are cold. Customers are yelling about cold fries. It's never that deep. Where am I at? Oh, do your ice cream machine work? No, it doesn't work. And can I order anything at this window? No, you cannot. You can go on break. Finally, a time to rest. It's time to go back. Everything is worse than when you left. You say something about it, and they be like, okay, fix it, make it pretty. This overstimulation is coming back. I can't stand everything being sticky or cold. Everything is being low or missing. Everyone is yelling or arguing. It's all becoming too much, but now it's finally 11 o'clock and time to go home.
Hi, y'all. Okay. My name is Demario Johnson. I'm number 44, and I represent Horizon Science Academy, Toledo. Okay. My poem is titled My Monster, My Anger. When I was 7 years old, I got into my first fight. And if you were to ask me then, it was the perfect euphoria that I had always been looking for. I knew there couldn't be more of a reason God would have blessed me with the build of a bull unless he thought that this could be his perfect purpose that I so passionately needed. Anyways, after the teachers separated us, I was shipped off, sent to the bathroom, and told to clean up so that I could see my punishment. But when I looked in the mirror, I saw the boy's blood on my hand, and I met someone so familiar, yet so different. My monster, my anger. Someone that I met so early, yet with every outrageous outburst that disturbs my peace, he is still someone that I don't understand. It's not the kind you find in a fairy tale. It's not the kind under your bed, but the kind that wears my face as a mask, my hands as gloves, and my hair as a cap. He moves my body like a puppet in the grip of its master, speaking through my mouth in a new tone, a tone that is sharp and raw, ruthless and reckless. Do I hate him? Do I love him? Is the question I ask myself every day. You see, I've tried to talk to him, to teach him discipline, to tame him, but to tame him is a threat to his existence. He'll fight back harder to keep his resistance. He waits patiently because he has nowhere else to go. He waits the minute, the hour, the day, the week, the month, the year to meet the people I know, the people I hate, and sometimes the people I love. My monster, my anger, licks his lips. His stomach aches with cases of insecurity stacked high like unopened files in a courtroom where he is both the defendant and the judge. Every thought, any doubt are all remarks and calls asking him to come out, come out, come out. He carries every stare at my body, every whisper behind my back, and any laugh he wasn't in on, folded and pressed into the thin lining of my blemished skin like stainless steel ready to cut deeper. Sometimes I get along with my monster, my anger, because we both know that I could never speak my mind without asking him to say it for me. He gets me high on dopamine. He relieves himself on the walls of my bedroom, the tears that fill my eyes, the scratches tattooed on the inside of my thighs, because his logic is, as long as I'm not hurting my people, it's okay to hurt myself. He bathes my cheeks with salt water when I can't take it anymore. He sits beside me when the world is cold, and he speaks for me when I feel too small. He shields me when I feel weak, because like Malcolm X said, anger is power, anger is armor, and anger is the fire that kept me standing when I swore I would fall so far, and so far so good. He feels so good, it felt righteous, it felt right, like finally swinging back after years of being hit, like itching my scalp after weeks of tight-ass braids, like saying no when everyone around me demands that I yes. So my monster, my anger screams, and sometimes I just want to scream with it, and for a moment, just for a moment, I thought we were the same. But that fire that kept me warm started to burn. That aggressive itch ripped my hair out into pieces, and the voice started to speak over me. I was not standing tall, I was pushing people down. He is not a voice of strength. He is not strong. I am not strong. I am afraid. And God's perfect purpose wouldn't propose that I hate myself. My purpose is to survive, to be human, to understand, and to learn. We are learning. You are not a beast to be slain, but a creature that can be tamed if I sit with you. And maybe if I listen to you, I can teach you to talk and not to shout, to whisper, to see, to love, to be heard. My monster, my anger is not my master, and I am not my anger. Anger is my lesson.
Hi, everyone. My name is Imani Lang. My number is 48, and my poem is Beneath the Noise. I am surrounded by bodies, but I'm invisible, a shadow in a sea of faces. No one sees me, no one cares, just another blur in the chaos. The laughter is hollow. Their words, just noise. Paper thin and empty, floating around the room like they mean something, but they don't. I'm drowning in the darkened lies, suffocating under the weight of their fake smiles. Everyone pretending. I'm tired of it, and I'm over it. Tired of the masks, tired of the illusions, too much pretending. Too much nothing that feels like anything real. I'm here in a room full of people, yet I'm lonely, like the dead. It's suffocating, a cold, sharp loneliness that rips through my chest like a wound that never heals, like the quiet after they all left. When the voices die down and the only thing left is the sound of your own thoughts screaming. They come, they go, like seasons. Seasons that shift without a care, and I'm the fool still standing here watching them drift away like I don't matter. Always here, always alone. I hold my breath, waiting for something real, but it never comes. They don't even notice. I scream in my head, but the words die in my throat, stuck in the crowd, lost in the noise, fading into the space they left me in, that empty space that's always there, like I don't even exist. I watch them talk, laugh, touch, but they don't even see me. I'm just a ghost passing through, a whisper in their world of empty words. They don't care, they never care. But I stay. I stay in this suffocating, empty place where everyone's too busy pretending to notice the hole in the center of the room. I wonder if they feel it, the emptiness I carry, the weight of every lie they tell themselves, the weight of their fake smiles. But I'm done. I'm done being the one who stays, the one who waits. I'm tired of giving when no one ever gives back. I'm tired of feeling invisible in a world that's so damn loud. I'll play along. I'll be good. But soon, they'll realize that the ghost they ignored was never just a ghost, but a phoenix rising from the ashes.
My name is Tamara Rosales, and I'm representing Horizon Science Academy, Southwest Chicago, number 49. Okay. Way back when it was no fears and steering clear, watching TV and learning of diversity, never in need to keep moving advertently, hard-working parents and study-focused kids, calm and comfortable, if I call it like it is. It was life of hopes and learning languages, beating to the drum of the sweet land of liberty. Then the height of the wall before us seemed very tall. The many who have come so far to show our pride, to be ripped away from family, homes, other people we know and all. Change is inevitable, just never good or bad, so what will you change? Have your multiple voices, make up your mind. Might not be your first, but it's the very last time. Stay ahead of your fellows. Many have climbed to your amount of greatness. Many have tried and lost at a small cost. To be kind. A life of regret and sacrifices is where we are lost. Who is there to read aloud your thoughts? Never to speak and yet to be heard is what we seek. Sort it anyway and lead yourself into disarray. Don't forget you displaced the many who sought your freedom. Then come choices you've yet to make. And how to call a hiding place a home, and we aren't alone in making sanctuaries. Your mother's father didn't intend this for his daughter. Push harder to stay longer on land where we're no longer allowed. I'm confined and still I'm going to make my parents proud.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Shanae Lang, and my title is The Unconditional Love of a Mother. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it up, sorry guys. Okay. She carries the pressure on her back, as if it were a backpack. It feels like a ton of bricks. Her legs have numbed throughout the years and her arms yearn for a break, but she'll never let you see it. She wears it as if it's her own skin. She's in the kitchen with tired sunken eyes, pots and pans clang together as she searches for the brownie pan. Baking brownies because you asked her to. And she agreed without a pause. She peels your oranges for you before it even became a trend. She shares you her last slice of pizza even though her empty stomach keeps her awake. She's fighting a battle that should have never been hers. But still, she fights. In her mind, she has to. Because who will fight for her children? Her voice tells me unconditional love is authentic. The warmth when I hug her, the softness of her eye contact when I talk to her about my day. My dreams and doubts remain tangible with her. Her judgment for my flaws is non-existent. When she feels as if the world is against her, I know her children's existence is what causes persistent perseverance. She's the reason I keep pushing. My mother has always moved mountains for me, paved the way for me, built new roads for me. Even when the towers were broken, she pieced them to a stretch of smooth comfort. So I try to do the same from her. I'm not alone because of the unconditional love of a mother. Thank you.
Okay, hi, my name is Oprah, and I'm from CMSA. And the title, 51. And the title of my poem is called Wilted Rose. I understand your issues. The loss of a mother, a deadbeat father, I get your problems. Maybe a little too well. I shouldn't. I mustn't take the hit for their mistakes. Where must I have erred to remind you of them, that you completely abandoned me? Do you feel guilty? Your smiles, excessive laughter, and joy hiding your evil ways. You're a facade, a shadow of the man you're supposed to be, faking acting as the man I should obey. Must I listen when you don't? Must I understand your issues, clogging my ears, making me deaf to the calling? Now do you feel my pain? I am deaf. I am a wilted rose with so much potential, yet falling piece by piece because of your lack of care. You're numb to my sorrows, piercing me into your pain, making me a cotton pad, absorbing your own decay. Now I understand. Now I am aware. The care of a mother passed down to me, the joy of sisterhood, the fondness of a friend's voice. You despise me because of my perseverance. You speak, wanting us to understand your plight. But what is your plight? 3 decades over too late. 2 decades ago, they are deceased. Now I am tired, never experiencing true peace. You are guilty. I know you are. Don't question me. You have made my years of youth years of bitterness and sorrow. The times I was meant to shine, I dimmed so you could have a fraction of what joy is. I'm blind to life's beauties. I'm deaf to God's calling. The loss of a father, a long-forgotten mother, yet you are here, repeating trauma. I will swear, I will shout. I will become a terror to those around. Then they will see me. Then they will water me. Cleanse me from your wrath, your rage. For you are guilty of creating me this way, to become the monster you so carefully made.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Demario Stevenson, and I'm representing HSA Cleveland. My poem is called Voided Emotions. 53, my bad. Some things can seem forever, and some things can seem real. Love, like every emotion, is something everyone needs to feel. A heart that is pure knows what is real. For some emotions, they strike to kill. For those emotions that strike to kill, they hurt the heart to make you feel. Drugs, pain, and anxiety, leaving him wondering if reality is real. The days that passed, it went so fast. He fell too deep for it all to crash. The prayers he prayed, yet no one stayed. The times he was young was his better days. For some time flew by and he was numb from the pain. He wanted to end it all gracefully with one to his brain. But not that way, not filled with shame. He walked the path of a twisted game. Mentally torn, still sane, a lonely road with no one to blame. Stuck in this game, things remain the same. A heart that is broken has no flame. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kia. I'm from Chicago Math and Science Academy. I'm number 54, and my poem is called She Anyways. The world is heavy. The weight of my skin, melanin, my dreams engraved in my name, heritage's hymn, is a burden too bold to carry, bright but wary. They say justice was never made for me, or was it? Were we not loud enough, or at all, that I should shrink, fold, fade? But I was born from faith, from the prayers of my mother's grandmother who never stopped hoping. From the rhythm of our hymns that never lost its beat, I see my reflection in rivers that keep flowing, motion steady, still, in dawns that refuse to glim. My story written in sonder, they wonder why I carved it with thunder, destroyed. From the laughter we sing so mellow, in love with the shape I created my world in. A girl too hard to train, my mane hard to tame but never to blame. Unmoldable like silicone, bent but never strained. The pain of the rain, powerful to the powerless, governing regardless. Is that so? Loving myself in a world that really loves back, really? I'm pretty, I'm unique, like a book, a cover of a magazine that you never bothered to read. See? The cover's pretty cute, but the inside isn't. Or is it? Read. My hair, slick, laid, maintained, but do you notice its natural state? Read. My words, soft-spoken, mature, stern, confident, but do you even understand what I'm saying? Read. No, I get it. Reading isn't really your thing. Fair, but here's the thing. There's this thing in your chest that pounds and pounds, echoing in your head, your ears, your chest. Ah, yes, a heart. A big one. Caring, loving, humane. You know, anyways. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rihanna Amin. I'm from HSA Columbus, and my number is 55. My poem is called You Left the Suitcase Too Small. You left with the suitcase too small for the weight of life. No space for the salt-heavy wind, for the call of fishermen hauling in the day's catch, for the scent of fresh chapati and coconut stew wafting from tin roof stalls. No space for the ocean. Vast, annoying waves crashing against the old coral walls, whispering your name each time they pull away. You walk streets where motorcycles weave through crowds, where goats nibbled at discarded mango skins and stray cats stretched in patches of the sun. You knew the rhythm of the market, the rise and the fall of voices bartering over papaya and fish. No space for the clatter of pots, the sizzle of sambusa and bubbling oil. You knew the taste of a hot afternoon, the sweet stickiness of roasted corn, charred just enough to bite back. Now, you wake before dawn in a place where the wind carries no scent of the sea, where the streets are too still, too silent, too foreign. Winter wears away at your bones, and the air holds no spice, no salt, no memory. No voices spill into the streets before sunrise. Here laughter is kept behind closed doors, and loneliness is just another thing to be swallowed with your morning coffee. You bend toward Mecca, whispered Alhamdulillah, but your prayers travel further than your body ever could. Reaching a home that no longer waits for you, and the phone rings. She is gone. He has passed. We buried them without you. You grieve in rooms that do not know your sorrow. You do not kneel beside their graves. Do not press your hand into Malindi's red earth. Do not hear the final dua whispered over them. Your loss is measured in distance, in oceans you cannot cross. In funerals you only attend through static on a phone line. Mother, do you still hear the adhan in your dreams? Does it pull you back to the streets where you once walked barefoot, where the wind called your name like it had always known you? Do you still taste the dust of home on your tongue when you pray, when you kneel, when you press your forehead to a ground that has never felt your weight? But Malindi has not forgotten you. I pray you will return, not just as a visitor, but as a daughter who truly never left, because the waves still remember your feet, the market still hums with the echoes of your voice, and the wind off the ocean still carries your name. And one day when you return, because you must, may the earth soften beneath your steps. May the ocean stretch its arms to hold you. May the streets of Malindi whisper, Karibu Nyumbani, and the cool rush of water wash against your skin.
Hi everyone, my name is Oscar. I'm from HSA Southwest Chicago, and my poem is called Fantasmas en la Tierra de los Vivos. A tree tearing itself apart at the roots, unable to hold onto the very soul that once nurtured, living fragments scattered on a hollow where life once thrived. A tree once is too tall, roots deep in the soul, wrapped tight like a mother's embrace, but it began tearing itself apart at the base, a fracture, a break, a scream you couldn't hear because the world moved too fast, nunca se detiene a escuchar. Now the tearing is louder, roots rip out, not by storms, but by hands that call us illegal, unwelcome, desechables. A tree can't choose where it's planted, but it knows where it's being torn down. The earth that once cradled us, now hostile, traveling beneath the air, beneath our feet as we run. We run across the borders that never care of our stories. We run through deserts that bore our bodies like secrets. We run because staying is being erased y nos devuelven a tierras que ya no reconocemos como hogar. From the villages of Misco, sprawling cows to Tijuana, we became shadows in the streets, fantasmas en las tierras de los vivos, $10 a day, scraping by. Dreaming of a tomorrow where numbers don't define our place in line, where cages don't hold our children's future hostage, where my mother doesn't stretch coins like they're elastic prayers, where my hands are more than just tools for survival, where my family doesn't live in fear of being erased, but instead roots themselves in safety. They call us strangers, criminals, but history calls us builders. We build railroads beneath the waves of a country that barely notices us holding the place in bones. We pick fields beneath the weight of the sun, sudando bajo estrellas que también nos pertenecen. Cesar Chavez marched in silence for our dignity. Dolores Huerta raised her voice like a thunder in fields of silence. Sí se puede, she cried, and the world listened. We carry pieces of us like fragments of a broken dream, scattered across unfamiliar lands, but each fragment had a story. And no wall, no ice raid, no political escape could silence it. Los niños en jaulas no se olvidan. Families separated at dawn's raid still bleeding to the soil, but living in the darkness, we plant seeds of resistance. They forget, don't they? This border, drawing dust and blood, this line that goes through the land like a scar, once belonged to Mexico, una tierra que antes nos pertenecía. We did not cross the border, la frontera nos cruzó a nosotros. From Texas to California, stolen land. Treaty signed with the ink of broken promises. They call it manifest destiny, we call it theft.
My name is Amir Montgomery. I am representing Horizon Science Academy, Cleveland, and the name of my poem is Enjoyment of My Life. Life. Life is so beautiful. The delicacies and intricacies of it. So profound, leaving all that lies and resides inside peacefully above it. Peace is such a feeling of wonderful bliss. The same feeling of bliss I get as I allow myself to look into my baby brother's eyes. The same feeling I get as I stare into the midnight sky. The same feeling I get as when I do so, I can watch as the moon shines, as brightly and as intently as the summer sky. The very same summer sky that shines with a sense of wonder. As I stare in astonishment at such a beautiful moment, the moment when I look upon her. With these very eyes, these eyes of astonishment, her look, her gaze, as she raises in phrase, the act of her smoothing by in life, it's honestly something so beautiful, something so astonishing. I can't help but enjoy it. It and my life. Gladfully, thankfully, and fulfilling. As fulfilling as I live my life, I'd love to continue to enjoy it with her.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ludwig Cedino. My number is 63. I represent HSA Southwest Chicago. And my poem is called The Cost of Eggs. I bought eggs the other day, 2 gallons of milk. That was 3 items over $20. The $10 my mom gave me to purchase, the $10 my dad had to work for, though even by then the rent that sent us back a loop. America, the land of freedom we dream. America, the land of control they want. America, the land of poor they ignore. America is the land of cruel fools. America, capitalism drags me from the gas prices to the homeless. We used to dream of the American dream. Family, money, prosperity. America, the land of monopoly. America, the land of games. America, the land of hierarchy. America, the only home I've known. And yet, we stand here, sturdy on the roots of what America used to be, could be, used to be. Freedom. We stand with our voice strong and power. We stand on the roots of our soil. I stand here, but with my 20, freedom should not cost anything. And yet I stand staring at the $20. My hopes and desires shouldn't rely on just $20. My hopes and desire shouldn't have to be equated to the cost of eggs.
Hello, my name is Jaden Jarrett, and I'm here representing HSA Cleveland. My poem name is The Action of Growth. Growing is like falling. Once you're made, you're forever falling until you're not. Growth is 1 foot
in front of the other before we can even comprehend what we see. Growth is the decision-making that leads our early life. Growth is a chemical reaction. Whether it be height, heart, or soul, we grow regardless of our thoughts. As all growing things, we face pain. But like all growing things, we continue to grow. Whether it be bones that ache, or if we experience heartaches, we continue to grow. I look within and I try to characterize my growth. Whether it be the lessons from my high temper and bad behavior, or the perspective that has changed my ways. Some things stay with us as we grow, rooted in our behavior. For me, my silliness and optimism. For others, the bold mindset and quick decision making. We all retain something as we grow. Growing is realizing that your favorite TV show is Wild Kratts, or that your favorite color is blue. Or even though you don't really like tomatoes, you find ketchup to be quite good. From one day to the next, we grow. And as I've grown, I look at the welts that I've grown. They irritate my growing mind, and yet I still grow. For I'm not a plant, and I cannot just regrow. The welts stay with me. I put cream on my welts, and I long for my welts, and I continue to grow. And as I've grown older, I realized that though Wild Kratts is still a pretty cool TV show, I think animal documentaries are more my style. And that though blue is still comforting, I think cyan is more my color. And I think I like a more rich taste like mustard. And even though I think ketchup is still pretty good, I think tomatoes are quite refreshing.
My name is Lillian Camp. I'm from HSA Toledo, and my number is 68. Title of my poem is called Dear Father. Dear Father, do you realize your words have meaning? Do you realize everything you say carries weight? Do you know that child you walked away from is hurting? Dear Father, hey, it's your daughter, the one you abandoned, the one you left to fend for myself. Your words carry meaning and they've had your kid dreaming. Well, guess what? I've been affected and I'm subjected. Dear Father, every day since that time at Golden Corral, I've been dreaming and crying. Every day I wonder if everything was all just a dream. And yet every day it makes me want to scream. I wonder, is it worth it all to be pained? Dear Father, you've got her wondering, did you ever love her? That one day at Golden Corral, all you could do was call me baby girl. Did you even remember my name or who I was? Did you even care about the pain it might cause me or how I might feel? Dear Father, you gave me pain wondering, am I going to be okay? This went on every day, all because you never wanted to be there. I'm a mess and I feel distressed. You weren't even there when my pappy passed, dear Father. I was only two and having to miss you, only two wondering why you're leaving. Dear Father, all those times you posted saying you love them, but in reality, where is this coming from? You claim to be the good father you think you are. Little does everyone know you're leaving your daughters with scars, dear Father. Every day, since that day you left me hurting, even if you try to love me, you'd end up reverting back to your old ways, full of abandonment and hate. From day one, our relationship has met a gruesome fate. Dear Father, someday I hope, if you end up hearing this story, I'm just hoping you'll feel sorry. Knowing in the end you'll never come out of your shell, and so I say with a harsh farewell, goodbye, Father. You are forgotten, not forgiven, but forgotten. You're not sympathetic, not even empathetic. You are no longer an object in my path, just a minor setback. I will grow and thrive stronger without you than with you. So I say one last time, goodbye, Father, we are through. I am stronger without you. Without you, I will go on. It's me against the world. I have my friends and my family. Not you, them. They're the ones who got me through this. Not you, but them. I'm better now than ever. I lost my father at the age of 2. Then at the age of 6, I asked my sister's father, will you be my dad? But just like you, he left and he was worse than you. My mother was right to leave him, so I asked my mom the other day, when did my dad leave? You just stopped talking and left. But this time I'm not going to stand by and let you hurt me. It's my time to shine and my time to show who I am as a person. I am stronger with my daddy issues. I don't need you. I need myself. Everything is better without you. I am the strongest you will ever know. It's the best for me to give you away. I am better than you, and I will always be better than you.
Hello, my name is Josiah. My number is 69. I'll be representing Horizon Southwest Chicago. And I have a story for you to tell. Alon was a boy who thought life was guaranteed. It wasn't. It never will be. Alon learned that the hard way. Life is a scale. It needs balance. And Alon learned this through one event. One. Just one. And it opened doors. Alon found out through the deep, deep pain of the darkness and the shedding of his blood and tears as he looks in the mirror and says, what the heck am I doing here? Why am I here? That one moment opened Alon's eyes, his mind, his heart. Everything was clear from the river. Alon could breathe again. And it took pain to get freedom. And it took dozens of punches and bullets to the chest until one crack released a heart pure of gold. Alon was finally free. And now I want everyone to listen to this. Life needs balance. You're going to bleed. And I know it hurts. I do. You may want to sell your soul to the devil many times, but don't. Just don't. People can go on and on about doing the same thing over and over again. Maybe they're fine with that. Maybe they are. But a lot of people are still bleeding. Those wounds are still open. And more, you realize that these are unhealed scars in hallucination of living. But that's the point. It shows what you're fighting for. And I don't care who tells you what. Your family, your friends, the president himself could tell you you can't do it. Do not listen to them. Because you got to fight the devil many times in a row till you can meet God again. And all I gotta say is just run. Go full speed on the gas and just live.
Hi, everybody. Hi. My name is Juan. My number is 70, and I am representing HSA Southwest Chicago. Woo. My poem name is Lost. Loss has many different meanings to people. To me, loss has two things. Loss, losing others, losing myself, losing family, losing friends, losing a lover. Pieces of me slipping away with them, with nothing that I could do to bring them back. I have lost myself many times, wondering if I could recognize the person staring back at me, pondering how I could find myself again. All I want to see is that reflection again. The one where I was happy with who I was. I just wish sometimes these losses never happened. Losing family felt like losing time, like my childhood was gone. The laugh we had together fading away, losing the people you grew up with, the people you looked up to, leaving me feeling empty. The loss of friends, people who you thought you could trust but left, people who you talked to but when times were hard, the people who make you feel included just for them to not to say a word to you again, leaving without saying a goodbye. Losing a lover who was always there for me, someone who I would spend the most time with, the person who I would think the most about, just for it to be over, making me wonder if you'll be back, making me think if I could get you back, wishing to have you back. You can almost lose anything, toys you don't want, garbage you desperately need, your wallet or your phone. Once I lost my cousin's keys. Then I seem to have lost my cousin. Losing things isn't always a disaster. It gives you opportunities to find new things, new hobbies, new skills, find new people. Maybe even find yourself, better or worse. Just go out and look.
Hi, my name is Akram Ali Bose, and the poem that I'm going to be reading today is called Mother. A mother is more than birth and name, more than the world will dare to claim. She's the quiet sacrifice, the endless care, a love that's given, always there. Not just by blood or birth, but every hug and kiss in moments of unspoken bliss. A baby was born, a healthy, beautiful boy. When I laid my eyes on him, the noisy thoughts in my head went silent and harp music started playing. I knew then that he would be my best friend. Waiting for him to come out was like watching a tree grow or apples flower. His name Hisham and mine Ikram both correlate to generosity. The second I cut the umbilical cord, the room is silent. People stopped moving, the earth stopped rotating, and all the hurt in the world stopped. Hisham's birth was like a field of roses blooming. When I held him, I stopped breathing. You would think I was having a heart attack the way I went dead silent, holding back my tears as my nephew was now in my hands and no longer a sonogram. At 6 months, I watched him take his first steps. The first sound he made other than a cry was my nickname Key as he ran into my hands. A summer of lullabies and sleepless nights, diapers, laughter, big old cries. And so when they say motherhood is only for those who give birth, I disagree. Being a mother is not written in blood, but in love, in presence, and peace. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Precious, and I'm supporting IMSA West.
My name is Derek, we're Team 101, supporting IMSA West.
I come from a place where corruption runs the land, terrorism starting to overthrow the leaders, but where are our leaders now? Having to deal with the fear of walking home and maybe getting killed, believing that my braids are a distraction in class, and that my brown skin makes people feel uncomfortable, that because I am a girl, people will automatically think less of me. This is where I come from.
I come from a place where gangs are normalized and where finding another person dead isn't a coincidence, where having pills makes you cool. I come from a place where if I wear a hoodie in the wrong neighborhood, I'll be on the news the next day. This is where I come from.
I come from a place where opportunities are limited because I am black. Because of the color of my skin, I'll be stuck working behind the scenes while everyone is in front of me. Since I am a girl, I am automatically weak and unintelligent and should have no hope in pursuing anything beside being behind a kitchen counter. This is where I come from.
I come from a place where because of the color of my skin, people assume I am a violent person and I'm not smart. I come from a place where if police gets a description of a black male, I'm already a target. This is where I come from.
We come from a place where we have to worry that we might not be able to wake up the next day, that we will never be able to be treated fairly, and that we will never be the second option. Oh shit. This is where we come from.
My name is Carolyn.
My name is Luz.
We are number 105, and this is our poem called Friends Turn Sisters. Luz, you're my best friend, and I'd hate for anything bad to happen to you, because you're like a second sister to me. You can call me in the middle of the night, and I'll pick up, because I'd hate for something to happen to my sister.
Carolyn, you are an amazing person. You have never doubted me in any way. I like the fact that you make me feel safe and comfortable.
I want you to reach your goals in life, and whatever it is you want to do, I will always be there to support you, because I want to see you succeed, and do great things.
You have proven to me that you can be trusted, and I will do anything for you so nothing bad will happen to you.
You've been there for me through tough times, and for that I appreciate you. Because no matter what you do, you will always be an amazing person. Luz,
Carolyn,
I promise that we will always stick by each other, always support each other, and always be there when we need each other, because that's what best friends are for. And I promise that I will always keep my promises until my last breath.
My name is Zuri Wallace.
My name is Cadence Bandy.
My name is Falorna de Toro.
My name is Corbin Cole. We are representing Indiana Math and Science Academy North.
Our poem is called Life Struggles.
Let me tell you my story. I had to jump through obstacles which caused me misery. Then no one around me gave me any sympathy. Losing a relative or even getting depressed by the memories. Feeling stuck made me feel hopeless. Feeling down made me feel unnoticed. My mental took control of my emotions. For a second, I thought my life was frozen. But
one who's been through the darkness can only appreciate the light. One who's been through the struggle can only understand the fight. One who's been through it all will stand up for what's right.
Hey, look, I understand you, but let me tell you my story. Pain. P-A-I-N. Pain. Have you ever felt a pain so deep it steals your sleep? Cuts so sharp give you wounds you just have to keep. A pain so jarring and it's coming from underneath. And like, it's in your mind like a storm on the rise. You're running from it, but it's closing in, only focused on your demise. The ladies are laughing at you like you're spouting lies. So you make a decision to win, maybe not to forget, but at least to begin.
Let me get to my story. Growing up without a family, no one to support me, no one to care. Life isn't fair regardless nobody was there. You know who was there for me? Me.
Huh?
Give me a second. Let me eat. I was the one to put them shoes on my feet. My pain built my strength and my strength built me. Everything I did was for myself and nobody else. Don't you see? Without the neglect they showed me, I wouldn't be me. See, I ain't have no childhood. They did me wrong, they ain't do me like they should. No mother, no father, I was in this world alone. Strangers in each house, I had no place to call home. But I survived, didn't I? I'm still around. You wanna know why? I picked myself up off that ground. And that's the end. And to this day I stand on it. Ain't no need to make amends.
Okay. Look, I'm sorry, but I'm always sorry. I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that. You know what? Maybe I'm just a sorry person. Wait a minute, just for y'all, let me run it back. Growing up, I was always taught that I was the one who was in the wrong. And they always told me,
shut up and get gone.
Growing up, I was filled with apologies. In my mind, it was like a game of Monopoly, trying to figure out my place. The echoes of voices in my head that I just can't erase, kind of starting to feel like I'm dancing all alone in this empty space. I regret saying sorry so many times. Maybe it's your turn to say sorry for all your little lies.
Sorry, sorry, sorry.
But I'm not sorry anymore. Yeah, all them sorries right out the door.
But I can't give up. At the end of the tunnel, there will always be light. And as you crawl to the end of the tunnel, the path will be more bright.
And as you stumble upon mistakes, take time to make things right.
Your past self wouldn't want you to kick out of this fight. Am I still getting told to get out of your sight?
The goal is to rebuild and to become better.
The rainy days will be hard and
you will be in need of a sweater.
You will go through stormy days due to a change of weather.
The reality is the state of change is not impossible ever.
Okay, another round of applause for our middle school team. We are now going to move on to the final part of our presentation here this evening for our high school team performances. So,
hello, my name is Rukia Arale. I'm Rihanna Mean. And we're from HSA Columbus, Ohio.
Our number is 108.
What is black? Somalia? Kenya? I'm not black, but what is it to be black? A word forced upon us, flat indifference, a classification, a label, a cage. They made one word to make us all the same. Cultures erased, histories merged, but black is not one thing. Black has many cultures, many roots. Are our differences not important? If race is made up, then why does it rule us? If race isn't real, why does it decide so much? I'm not black, but when I take off my scarf, I am. I'm not black, but my features betray me. I'm not black, my history carries a different weight. I'm not black, but what is black to you? To her, to him, to the world that decides before we speak? If I'm black, then what are you? If blackness is only skin, then why does it come with struggle?
They're questioning their blackness Eurocentric. Light-skinned, ambiguous, black when convenient, distant when not. They wear blackness like fashion, claim it when it profits, distant themselves when it burns. Are they black or just black enough?
I'm not just black, I'm mixed. I don't want to be labeled.
But when the culture trends, when the music sells, when the aesthetic is marketable, suddenly they are black. Black when the camera flashes, black when it's rebellion, but not when it's a struggle. So tell me, what is black and who decides?
In black, there's hierarchy, featureism, colorism. The lighter, the better. The closer to them, the safer. If they see skin before income, but will skin save them? Classism runs deeper than race. If poverty was our commonality, would we still divide? Upper, lower, no middle? Just the illusion of choice. And in the end, who benefits from that division?
There's an N-word in every language. A slur, a weapon, a claim, a contradiction. It exists in every tongue, whispered and reshaped by history. Spat with venom, reclaimed with pride.
Arabic, Abid, slave but used to mean black.
Swahili, Mtumwa, enslaved by what they called us.
Spanish, negro, a color, a people, a past soaked in chains.
French, negra, echoes of colonies, plantations, and blood.
Portuguese, preto, blackened not just in shade, but in status.
Chinese, hegwe, black ghost, black devil, less than human.
Afrikaans, kefir, extremely offensive racial slur, similar to the N-word.
The word changes, but the weight remains. A reminder, a marker, a tether to history. They gave us a name, but did they give us a choice?
We are all black, they say. We all share one enemy. The soil beneath our feet is tainted. They fear unity. They built a race to keep us apart until we realize our differences. Not to separate us, but to use them to unite. So tell me, what do you deem as black? What is black? What is black? What is black?
Hello, my name is Oprah, and I'm from Chicago Math and Science Academy.
My name is Kia, and I'm also from Chicago Math and Science Academy.
Hi, my name is Moriam, and I'm also from Chicago Math and Science Academy, and we are Team 109.
And our poem is titled Grow.
Stuck in the winter all year round, they tread on the fruitless ventures of others, their blood coloring the white snow that no one knows nor cares for. Miles away, their lives are talked about, used as charity that no one ever really cares about. Seen as exhibitions, seen as artifact, yet they still live. They are human, they are real, they are us. The shadow that holds no love, that treads so hollow you forget we are around. No fruition, a lowly desert in its wake, so far from grace, so far from water. These seeds hold no future, because they have refused to water us, so much so we no longer see ourselves. Cast aside empty shadows, empty futures, no hope for the future, and definitely no hope for tomorrow.
Echoes of hunger, sorrows, dreads, and war. A world patched with the fragility of the four threads: love, hope, gratitude, and faithfulness. Like shadows, condescending footsteps. Where hope, sympathy, and empathy stands, misunderstandings lie. The ropes of perseverance, twisted and strong, numerous said you do not belong. For growth isn't guaranteed, surely it is to be seen. Not bright nor outlandish, but a heavy beam. Not grand or sound, but always found. Quiet in the palms, but heavy on the shoulders. A boulder, heavy on the older. The roots that made what we see, studied today. The kindness that was seen, but cannot be reciprocated every day. We move along with the quickest of feet, hurried glances. Under the ruins and rumble, our minds made to see where our shadows be. Where laughter reigns, consuming the concerns of many. Whispers from around, surely unheard of. Innocent eyes fixed ahead, unable to see what is to be seen. The way we love, understanding, beneath the armor of our eyes, blind eyes, silent callings, impure imperfections, gilded in our eyes, promoted, sold, bought, loved, aware of imperfections still.
I've planted a seed in the ground for which I've buried deep, away from the abrasive cold of the winter, away from the scavengers that littered the earth with impurities, away from the corrosive greed.
I've planted a seed of hope,
for which I pray to host in the fullest garden of many greens, for I shall water till it sprouts the prettiest flower of compassion, for I shall shield from the envious eyes.
I've planted a seed of integrity,
for which I shall protect from the wild weeds and the miserly ebony crows of the sky.
I've planted resilience,
and it will survive the great flood and witness the rainbow that God has promised. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm Binta Mane.
And I'm Abina Bona.
And we're Team 111 from Horizon Science Academy, Columbus High.
And the title of our piece is Rising from Ashes.
I stand before you, a tapestry of scars and dreams, each thread woven in defiance of a world that tried to silence us.
I struggle behind you, clinging to curtains of compliance, my drapery slinging off my shoulders before you forcefully fling it from my rods, striated by marks of a world that strangle my thoughts and sting at my tongue. Your songs of strength bring hope to ideas that were once shunned.
We are the echoes of shattered chains, the whispers turned war cries, voices rising like a tide against the currents of despair. Listen!
To the crashing waves of the sea, smashing our bodies relentlessly against the shore like helpless schools of fish, free from trenches of stillness that were our homes of captivity. The ambiguity of life and death rests inside our fins.
In every bruise, a story. Every tear, a truth. We are survivors, warriors, carrying our battles in our bones and our victories in our hearts.
We have walked through the fire, scorching the soles of our feet. We have sailed the storm of doubt, screeching out into the streets.
Yet, here we are. We do not tire. We are not defeated. Here we are, built up from broken pieces.
Our remains spark a torch of rebellion, burning stardust and unyielding grit. Our cremated remains rise from the ashes, the renewed spirit of a newborn phoenix.
Listen to the rhythm of my footsteps as I march forward, unbowed, each step a defiant proclamation. I have been down, but I rise, for as fierce as the dawn and gentle as the midnight rain.
I no longer strain behind. I stand hand in hand with the one who freed me from my misled mind. My rods redressed with cloths of confidence instead of compliance, their fabrics sway in the rhythm of the wind, screaming out the hymns that liberated me from shame.
Our voices, once muffled by the weight of silence, now soar like untamed eagles, reclaiming every inch of the sky like the horizon hawks. This is our anthem, the poetry of our survival, an everlasting reminder that even in the deepest dark, the light within us never dims. We bend, we break, yet rise once more, like waves returning to the shore. No chain can hold, no wound can keep, the fire inside that will not sleep.
Listen.
Listen. Listen. Here we are. We are the voices of strength.
The stories of survival.
And we will keep on singing until the whole world hears our symphony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Desire Scandrick. And I'm Delia Heron.
I'm Alicia Crowder, and we're from HSA Dayton, and our number is 112. And our poem is Hear My Cry.
I still talk to you in whispers, in thoughts, in places no one else sees. I talk to the night sky some nights, hoping somehow, some way, you'll hear me. hoping that in the space between here and wherever you are, my love reaches you. Mom, I miss you in ways words can't describe, and I just wish you were here. I feel you in moments that should have been yours to witness. Every milestone, every step forward, every little thing I wish I could tell you. You were supposed to be here to help guide me through my hard days, to remind me that I'm enough, to see the person I'm becoming. But instead, I'm here trying to put the pieces together on my own without you. And even though I know life doesn't stop for grief, I find myself still waiting, still wishing that somehow, somewhere you were here.
I reach for you, but you're never there. I wish God could hear my cry.
I'm from the house of lonesome disappointment, from abuse and police sirens, from house to house, from a cold, pitch dark home to nothing being left behind, confused on what the saying home sweet home meant. Finally, a place to call home, a place to rest my mind from this pain, a place to feel at ease freely. But alas, my thoughts continue to remind me of how I'm still from the house of the unstable and unavailable mother. I'm still from the house from the fading but present father. A never-ending debate goes on. A never-ending sense of despair overcame my senses. A never-ending reminder that I do not belong anywhere that I meant to. Where is her father, they say? How long will her mother continue to disappear from her life, they say? But there was a light shining in front of me, piercing through this deep darkness. It was a mirror filled with my father and mother's bittersweet love and compassion once upon a bright moon. Oh God, hear my cry. Forgive them and bring them home once to my arms again, hoping for a sunny day, the sun shining, purging all the wrongdoings away.
I reach for you, but you're never there. I wish God would hear my cry. My mother used to shower me with hugs and kisses, but now all I get is yellings and beatings. I wish I had my old mom back. She leaves to go party, drink, and smoke while I stay home, watching kids if they were my own, wasting my teenage years while she goes back to reading her. I wish I had my old mom back. Every time I see moms with their daughters having a great time together, I get emotionally upset because I think to myself, how come I can't have that? Man, I wish I had my old mom back. Now that I realize she won't go back to her old ways, I can't do anything but to accept it. Now her presence pisses me off and I start to hate her. But she told me she loved me, so all of a sudden all that pain, heavy weight she pushed on me had lifted and went away. So I wonder, did I maybe, just maybe, did I get my old mom back?
I reach for you, but you were never there. I wish God would hear my cry.
Dad, I didn't expect you to switch up. We used to sit on the couch watching TV together when I was a baby. You would take me to the park and you would push me on the scream as I screamed, higher, higher. I love those memories that we made, but they didn't last for long. You changed. You didn't come around as much. You wouldn't speak to me for months, had me wondering if I did something wrong. You would come around at random times and disappear again and again, making me wonder, what did I do wrong? Now you don't speak to me at all, and I don't think I will ever know the reason why. Now I wonder, was it ever me or was it you? I don't think I ever did anything wrong. You are the parent, I am the child. I shouldn't have to fight for you to stay in my life. Deep down, I will always love you, but I will forever wonder, did you ever love me?
I reach for you, but you're never there. I'm running out of tears for God to hear.
Hi, I'm Rial.
Hi, I'm Ari, and we go to Horizon Science Academy in Lorraine.
Our number is 113, and we're going to be reading I Am Okay.
I'm okay is something I've said over and over.
And Are You Okay is something I've heard over and over.
But what's the real meaning of okay?
Is it real or is it fake, like the smile on my face?
When people ask me if I'm okay, the answer is usually yes.
But sometimes I feel that lie deep in my chest.
Because I don't feel okay at the end of the day.
And the smile on my face seems to fade away.
But why am I not okay?
Is a question I ask myself every day.
With a smile that will hopefully last me throughout the day.
With tears brimming in my eyes, my smile drops.
Then I hear those deadly words.
Are you okay?
Without a doubt, my mouth says yes.
But my heart cries no.
My head yells to leave me alone.
And then I feel all eyes on me.
Staring, watching, and judging.
But they don't know my story.
They don't even know the real me.
They know the mask I wear to hide the wear and the tear.
But the mask is starting to tear.
Then will they know the real me?
The girl who's always okay.
With laughs to save everyone's day.
Would you look at me the same?
If you knew my face was a fake.
Would you be okay?
Because at the end of the day,
all I wish is to be okay.
My name is Kenya Marquez.
I'm Alida Salazar Johnson.
And I'm Tamara Rosales.
We're number 114 and we're presenting Loving You.
Loving you never felt like a job, more like a solution to my midlife crisis. Loving you felt like finally cleaning the dirt underneath my fingernails. Loving you felt like a warm shower after a long day. Loving you felt like finding out a random street cat wants to be your friend. Loving you felt like my body was finally able to sink into my bed and never get up. Loving you made me want to be better, even though I had no idea where to start. Loving you felt like the thoughts of, you can do this and give it one more try. Loving you felt like hot rain on a chilly day. Loving you never felt impossible, just really, really hard. Loving you felt like I was tiptoeing on a skinny rope across the canyon full of pillows. If I fell, I'd fall into safety.
Loving you is like walking down the street and a stranger tells you how pretty you look, leaving you with a good feeling. Loving you is finally finding a pair of jeans that fits perfectly. Loving you is finding a new song that understands a certain situation you're in and relates to it perfectly. Loving you is when you make a joke in front of a group of people and they all laugh. Loving you is not studying for a test but somehow acing it. Loving you is like deep cleaning your room and finding an object that holds so many cherished memories. Loving you is like seeing an old friend and talking like no time has passed. Loving you is staying up all night talking and laughing on the phone, knowing I have school tomorrow. Loving you is the only reason why I can get out of bed. You're the last thing I think about as I fall asleep, and you're the very first thing that's on my mind. Love like this is pure and hard to find.
Loving you will feel like extra time in bed. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. Loving you will feel like watching nature take its wild and unexpected course. Loving you will feel like the bird calls that start off a great morning. Loving you will feel like staying up watching cartoons to enjoy more hours of the day. Loving you will feel like drinking a cold water that revitalizes me. Loving you will feel like a spontaneous gift that means a lot. Loving you will feel like the college application I've been looking forward to. Your love will feel like spending quality time that is easy to remember. Loving you will feel like lying down to rest after a long day. Loving you is like finding my favorite ice cream. I just can't get enough. Well, we can all agree that we have loved.
Love.
And will love.
You.
Another round of applause for all of our performers here this morning and this afternoon. Thank you all for being a part of today's powerful event. Each performance has shown us incredible resilience of the human spirit and the strength found in every story of survival. Remember, our voices hold immense power to heal, to inspire, and to bring change. So keep speaking, keep sharing, and keep standing. Another round of applause for our performers. And at this time, I'll give it away to Andy and Rachel to present our awards.
So let's give a round of applause for Nicholas. He did a great job. I bet you couldn't tell he was an English teacher, right? With the great words he gave you. I love the words he wrote too. Thank you, Nicholas. All right, so we have two categories here, right? We have a freeform 6 to 8 and a freeform 9 to 12. Third place, 6 to 8. Here we go. All right, let's give And this is Abiola. Abiola, thank you. All right. 12. Yeah, third place is Madison. Okay. All right. Awesome. And now we have second place, 6 to 8 is Precious Kale from Celeste. That's great, awesome. And second place, 9 to 12 This is Rayon, yeah. All right. And first place. And first place, 9 to 12, is... All right, let's give one more round of applause to everybody. Awesome. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Now we'll do the teams. All right. I think this would be a really good time, too, to thank the judges. Let's give a round of applause to all of our judges. And to Mr. Sam, he's in the blue shirt. He took the scores, which is awesome. Thank you. And also to Rachel. If you don't know Rachel, Rachel's the director of social studies. She's awesome. She's very organized. So we will announce you. Third and second place groups stay up at the end. I have something to tell you, okay? So first place, you can go back, but we'll do it that way. All right, here we go. So first team event is 6 to 8. Third place is Team The Ascendants, Precious and Derek from Lisa West. Okay, awesome. Congratulations, you guys. Thank you. All right. Awesome. Cool. All right. Third place, 9 to 12, is HSA Dayton High School, Tasia, Desaya, Dalia, and Aisha. All right, and second place, 6 to 8, is Team KO, IMSA West, Carolyn and Luce. Congratulations. Awesome. Thank you. All right, second place, 9 to 12, is HSA Columbus. All right, and first place is Team Twice in Sonora. And first place, 9 to 12, is HSA Columbus. Awesome. All right, is he out there? He's going to do it. All right. Awesome. So let's give everybody one more round of applause. Awesome. I'll do that for sure too. You can. Well. All right, and guys, let me also thank the teachers. Teachers in our network do a lot of extra work for us, and we are really grateful for you. So thank you for the teachers, the chaperones, parents, and everybody who joined us. We really, really appreciate all that you do for our kids and for us as a network. So thank you all, and have a great, safe drive home.